Who's the real monster in this relationship, Miss Heard?
Listen, Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful, and the man I love.
There's a possibility of that.
You poured yourself a mega pint.
It's still hearsay, Your Honor.
Whoa, what happened here?
A mega pint.
Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
It's hearsay, I guess. I'm learning.
What is up, my beautiful tea leaves, and welcome back to my channel. As you guys all know, yesterday the verdict came in for the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, and we are going to do Amber Heard's afterburn. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, slap that thumbs up, and let's get this going. Alright guys, so let's get this started. Today we're doing the reading with the Cosmic C-word reading and the Rebel Oracle for fairly obvious reasons. So the first cards I'm going to draw are going to be based on what is Amber thinking right now? What are her feelings? What are her thoughts on everything? Of course, we drew the Death card. So the Death card is all about, oh wait, we got a backup card. 9 of probes. Okay, so probes are like wands, right? So the Death card and the 9 of wands. Well, the Death card definitely represents change, and it can also represent the end of her career. But it's definitely the end of something. It's definitely the end of the case. It's definitely an end of the era. It is definitely a death to the Amber we formerly knew. The Amber that was, the victim, and the Amber that was, the starlet and everything, and basically had the sun shining down on her. So yeah, things are definitely changing, and there's definitely an end in multiple avenues. And then with this 9 of probes, I mean, she is definitely feeling restricted. She is definitely not feeling her flashy self. She is definitely having a feeling of, there's a different aspect of me that people are going to be seeing me as, and they are not going to be exactly thrilled with me. She knows she's going to be under a lot of personal scrutiny and a lot of personal attack. She no longer can live under the lamplight of, being Johnny Depp's wife, but then also being the victim of, abuse by the most sought after man in Hollywood. She can no longer live under those glam lights, you guys. So she is definitely experiencing a definite screeching halt. And how appropriate is the Death card and the 9 of wands in reverse for Amber right now? I mean, could these cards have come out any clearer or any more defying for her? So yeah, I mean, we really have to sit here and look at the fact that she is totally going to be in a different frame of mind from here on out. She's got to worry about her safety, the safety of her, the safety of her kid. She's got to basically be watching her ass at every literal turn. And I mean, come on, Amber, whose fault is that, right? I mean, you didn't have to go around inflating everything that happened. Now, do I really think that Johnny Depp is a total saint in all this? I mean, we did see the videos. We do know he has a temper, and he was on substances. So it's really hard to say if he didn't possibly, do some things. Do I ever think that it was physical or anything like that? In my heart of hearts, I really don't. But at the same time, you weren't there. I weren't there. Amber was there. He was there. So, but I mean, girl, Amber, if you need some help, you need some guidance, hook me up, sister. Just look me up, I might be able to guide you into some better systematics, sweetie, than what you have been allowing yourself to divulge in. But yeah, definitely, you guys, this is a very, very defining set of cards that really do encapsulate exactly what she probably is thinking right now. She probably locked herself in her room. She doesn't want to talk to anybody. She's definitely retreating from communication, definitely retreating from any fast forward movements. She's really got to second guess herself, second guess her finances right now, because she got debt, not just debt. She got some debt up in her life. So she has to really consider a lot of things. So totally, her life came to a dramatic screeching halt. And it's going to be a new era for her. Absolutely. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Okay, so we know that Amber's a total narcissist and she's making everything about her and woe is me and all that. And boo-hoo, Johnny was the actual abuser and she's still going to live into that glam like that, she did nothing wrong and that the whole world doesn't understand and yada yada. So let's go ahead and pull one of the Rebel Oracle cards to kind of see a little further in depth of what she's thinking or what represents these two cards in her thought process right now. So let's give this a shuffle. Okay, one already popped right out. And what have we got here, you guys? Oh, dang. You are going through some tough shit. I mean, hello, of course. Absolutely. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Oh my God, Amber. Yes, this is, sweetheart, you need to be watching this reading because you need to understand that this is a product of your own design. This is the conclusion of your making. You wanted this. You totally thought that you were going to get away with inflating facts and truths to fit your narrative, and it just really didn't work out for you that way. Now, did it? Now, I'm not saying that, certain things may have not have happened, but you definitely spun it in the wrong direction, and now you got to own up to that. You shit in your bed. Well, Johnny's, but technically now yours. And now you gotta sleep in it, sweetheart. Like, there's no maid to come clean up your mess, all right? So now you've got to go through the business. And it sucks, but it's the truth. I mean, anytime anybody else makes a mistake, we have to own up to it. We have to suffer the consequences. You are not above this, sweetheart. I am sorry. As pretty as you think you are, as developed as you think you are in Hollywood, you came to a screeching halt finding out that you were anything but. So with that being said, Amber, I mean, it is what it is. The cards have spoken. The verdict is in about the way you feel, and I think they reflect you honestly. Someone's got to be honest. So let's go ahead and move along to see how is Amber going to restore her career? Like, where's her career going to be like going forward from here? Is she going to be able to like lift herself above the swamp that she's placed herself in? Like, what's really going on here? So let me go ahead and shuffle this up and let's see if we can have some cards jump out that are going to reflect what's going to happen going forward for Amber in Hollywood, in her career, in general. Is she going to be able to overcome this? Like, what's really going on? Those cards came out in a chunk, and since it's a new deck, some of the stuff's coming out kind of chunky. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get some real jumpers. And there we go. So what we have here that is representing Amber's career, and I'm totally going to apologize in the upfront. I didn't realize that the cards weren't in the viewfinder of the camera. So the one with the crowns is the Six of Probes. The in-between card is the Queen of Probes, and then we have the Tower card. So yeah, her whole career is just based on her trying to fake it until she makes it yet once again. So she definitely is going to try to parade herself around like, I'm the victim and Johnny's wrong and this was all, I mean, we read her statement yesterday, right? Where she's like, I cannot believe that this injustice has happened and da 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 da. She's still going to run around saying like, I know what happened. I was the victim. The Queen of Probes is totally Amber. Like the Queen of Wands, totally her, where she is just like, I know who I am and people like me and I'm beautiful and da 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 da. But she's got this Tower card right here. And we all know in the traditional tarot, that Tower card is represented by a tower falling down with thunder, lightning, fire, and brimstone and all that coming up behind it. So everything's just really going to fall apart for her in her career. Like she is really fell from grace. Is she going to get hired into some roles again? Probably, because she does have a fan base, and to be honest with you, drama sells and people really like the Hot Mess Express. So I'm seeing it that she is not going to be casting in these major roles. I'm not foreseeing that, to be honest with you, but I do see her trying to have some spin-off on this. You know what I mean? She's still going to generate some income. And like I said right here, this is really representing her, like, with that flying saucer flying into the tower and it falling down. It's really going to be representing her, like, falling from everything. Like she's really going to have to knock herself back down to her foundation. She's going to have to come up with a whole new Amber. And to be honest with you, it's going to be a while before people, I mean, if ever, forget like what happened. I mean, come on now. She's known as Amber the Turd, for crying out loud. She's the subject of memes and all kinds of stuff. But like I said, is she going to be able to sell merch and stuff like that and, garnish money off of that? Of course she is. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle card to see where this kind of blends all together. And what we have drawn is it's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. Oh my God, guys, could this not be what's on everybody's mind right now about her after hearing everything and her calling other, witnesses liars? And, she did it in a roundabout way, but I mean, come on, she's still very, very heavily implied it, you guys. So you are a grown ass adult. Stop blaming others for your bullshit. Hello, Amber. Come on, come see this reading, girl. Come on, come on. Send your friends, send everybody in Hollywood, come watch this reading. Johnny, come send everybody to come watch this reading and subscribe while you're here. But I mean, come on, that was totally her. She was blaming everybody else. She blamed Johnny for every little mishap. She blamed, oh, she had to defend her sister, so she had to hit him instead of, him pushing her down the stairs. She drug every name through the book that she could, trying to find somebody that was going to back her up, but nobody would. Even the most notable names, people were putting their jobs on the line to let people know how she was definitely defaming people and definitely lying. So, you know what, Amber? Sometimes you really got to own up to your own shit. And I'm a former abused woman from an abusive marriage. And let me tell you this much, sweetheart. I even know where I made my mistakes, and I even had to own up to that. So, possibly the best thing for you to do, sweetheart, is to really come forward and to really tell people, like, hey, I made some mistakes. I mean, come on, sweetheart. You're doing bumps on the witness stand. Come on now. So you can very well just let people know you've got a problem. You should probably get some rehab. You should probably get some therapy. Get yourself some skills all up in you, some coping mechanisms and stuff, because you're a tyrant to too many people, and that's not looking good. I don't care how pretty your exterior is. Your inners is ugly, sweetheart. You toxic as AF. So there comes a point when you got to be real. And that's what I'm seeing right here is the reality check for her. So should she actually want to face it? But I think she's going to have to face it regardless, you guys. As narcissistic as she may be, as much as she thinks everything falls into her fates, I think she has no choice but to really have to deal with her own reflection. I mean, as, stage maked up as it is, that she, not populates, but she like postulates, who she is and what has happened to her. So, I mean, hopefully she doesn't populate too much. I mean, she did. I mean, I didn't even realize she had that little baby though, but yeah, she needs to really get herself together. Amber, you got to get yourself together. You got to be real. You got to learn how to be real, girl. And I definitely see these cards not being very disauthentic, kind of like Amber Heard. But, these are actually, take heed, Miss Heard. This is, the reality of stuff. And I think these cards are definitely representing probably what her career is going to be like going forward, or how she's going to, what she's going to have to do in order to regain herself. I mean, I don't know, you guys. Is this like looking like a book deal? Is this just looking like in her preying on, people who don't know any better, or just basically banking on her, demise? Some people do that. They bank on the unsatisfaction of their situations. So could be her. But you know what I want to do? I want to see what her feelings are towards Johnny at this moment. So let's go ahead and shuffle up and get those energies mixed in. How is Amber feeling about Johnny right now? What are her opinions on him? What are the energies of her towards Mr. Depp at this moment? So let's get a couple more shuffles in, see what cards pop out, shall we? All right, we got that 5 of discs in reverse. And those kind of came out in a chunk because things are still kind of sticking together. I literally just opened this deck, you guys. So the Sun in reverse. And we have Temperance on its side. I'm going to totally leave this on its side because, number one, it landed that way. But I also am kind of getting a feeling that the temperance of this situation can kind of flip-flop. So I think leaving it on its side is probably the best bet right here, and actually the most significant or signifying. So discs are pentacles in the traditional tarot. They're represented as discs here. Then we have the Sun card in reverse and Temperance on its side. So what I'm seeing here, you guys, when the 5 of Pentacles is in its upright, you see this, distraught couple. They're outside of a church. It's snowing. They're feeling kind of desolate and stuff like that. But they know that they are in the process of heading towards salvation with that church being, beside them. They're heading, the worst parts it's not so much worst parts over. It's just like they're coming through from the more of the lesser cycle into the more abundant cycle. They're at that point of transition. Now, when we are in the reverse with this card, we're noticing that they're not at that point of transition. They're actually going backwards. So at a point where she was like, oh my gosh, I'm going through this tough situation. I'm really hoping, she was really banking on, walking away with her pockets full. Come on, we all kind of know. She was really hoping that people would believe the stories that she was putting out there. And for the longest time, they did, you guys. I mean, all these companies, friends, colleagues, all that turned their back on Johnny. And I'm not necessarily saying they favored her, but it kind of looked that way in some cases, because she really banked on the abused victim for a couple years, right? Before, especially after the case in the UK, was in the favor of the UPED. But going forward, she's kind of like, I'm going to ruin this guy. And that's what she really thought. She's seeing him as, nobody's hiring him. That's why he's got that Five of Pentacles in the reverse. The Sun card, when it's in its upright, the Sun card is like bright new beginnings and all this great, wonderful stuff. And when it's in the reverse, we're really seeing that it was her putting, she's looking at him in that sense of, there is no new beginnings for him. He's done. He's finished. He's in financial ruins. I'm going to walk away with his money. All right. And that Temperance on its side. It's kind of that teeter-tottering of, this guy is like a loose cannon. When's it going to happen? When's it going to blow up? She really, really wanted the worst for him, you guys. And we all kind of saw that. Well, we did definitely see that. So it was one of those things is like, she really wanted to get under his skin. And I'm seeing it as she still wants to do all this. She's still like, you know what? I don't care that you think you won this battle in the ultimate war. She's still going, this isn't the last we've heard of Amber, defaming Johnny Depp and bringing up this stuff. Like, she's going to still do it, you guys. There's no gag order on this. And so she's going to continue doing it, and she's going to hope that if she can garner enough people to start believing her, because now she can pick apart what was represented in the case. Like I said, is she going to do a book? Is she going to do that? We all know that she's actually going through with all the appeals. So she's kind of hoping like, she's banking on a blessing here that it might overturn. And in that case, she's like, still thinking, I've tarnished you either way. Like, people still have seen the videos. They have still seen your anger towards me. They've heard your wrath. They've heard your violent words towards me. She's kind of seeing it as like, this guy's still a loose cannon. He may have won this, but, is it a possibility that, the next person he dates is going to see some signifiers? She's very narcissistic. So she's really trying to hold that candle in the wind right now. She's holding that flame in the wind, hoping it'll still burn and not go out. She's really trying. She's going to really stick that edge in of, you guys saw it. You saw that he would yell at me. You guys saw that, he threatened me, multiple times in text messages. Granted, Johnny, you said some stuff you really shouldn't have said, okay? There is still some tarnishing to this man's reputation. It's right now, it's like the uproar of like, justice for Johnny and all that. But, it's still a matter of, he has some negative connotations within this as well. Okay. He didn't run away totally unscathed, but at the same time, overall, we do know that she inflated everything very heavily. So what I'm thinking is we should definitely pull a oracle card to kind of see what ultimately her verbiage is about him. What is her mental state overall about him? Like, if she could tell him something, or what is she telling her friends about him? That kind of thought. So let's see if we can pull something, with the Rebel Oracle that really kind of is the tagline for this part of the reading. So we're just going to go ahead and shuffle with that energy in mind, like what would Amber tell Johnny if she saw him? So let's see what the Rebel deck is going to pull forth for us. What is the energy? What have we got going on here? And we have, you look like a shit show. I mean, come on. Isn't that what she constantly told him? She was belittling him about the Dior stuff. She was belittling him about hanging out with his friends and playing guitar. She was calling him this old man, all this stuff. So you're a hot mess. Fact. Clean up yourself. She's still going to pull on that power play of he is using substance. He's still, that he's the hot mess express. He's still violent in nature. And come on, I mean, we can hear the whispers. We don't have to be flies on the wall in her house, right? We can hear the whispers in the chatter. I mean, it's already spilling over to social media. Have you guys seen the tagline that she's got going on right now that she's praising, that cuts for Amber Heard? She's actually advocating people mutilating themselves in her name because she didn't quote win her case. That's the kind of mental disgusting ball of bleh that Amber Heard produces from her mind. Like, she is just, truth be told, this is her card more than anything. But that's what she's spewing venom towards Johnny with. And it couldn't be more befitting of her to think this way. This is just her completely caught in herself. She's like a coiled rattlesnake rattling away. She's just ready to strike. And she's trying to be clever because now she has to really think things through. She really has to think about everything she says because she just lost a defamation case. So, oh gosh, Amber, come on, girl. You do better, sweetheart. Just do better. So we're going to kind of figure out where Amber's going with this. What's her next passion project? What she's got up her sleeve? How is she going to come back? How is she clapping back from this? And that's kind of what I want to know. So I think that everybody's kind of like on the hot seat of figuring that one out. So let's go ahead and shuffle the cards and get that energy mixed in of like, what's Amber going to come forward with next? What's her next power play? What is she going to do? All right. So right off the bat, we have the Queen of Ray Guns, and Ray Guns are swords in this tarot deck. So the Queen of Swords, she's a very powerful person. She's been to battle. She knows what's coming, what's going. She's very strong. Sometimes she can be signified as being very cold. It's kind of like the mother figure that tells you what you need to know versus what you want to know. She's got a very sharp tongue, things like that. But when she's in her upright, she's got her filter on. She's going to tell it to you in a way that's going to make you kind of think, Then we have the Strength card in the middle with the Ace of Specimens. And specimens are cups in this suit. So what I'm seeing here, she's totally going to bank on the whole I was an abused woman. I've gained my strengths and things like that. I'm definitely seeing her using that in the sense of like maybe like women coaching or abuse coaching, or the other thing that she could be doing is she's going to go find her the next golden D to hop on and hop into the next relationship to help cover this debt she's in right now. Because, I mean, come on, Amber Heard is not worth the amount of money that she lost in this lawsuit. So she's probably really hoping that, she's going to find somebody that's going to be like, maybe Elon will do it, where he's like, let me write that check for you, babe. But let's go ahead and pull a Rebel Oracle card to kind of see if we can, splice this all together. What is the final thoughts on this, power play that she's got up her sleeve? What is she coming forward with? All right, Oracle deck, I want you to kind of give it to me here. So tell me what you got. Let's see what we got going on. Amber Heard's next power play. And we have make better fucking choices. Oh my God, Amber, could this not be more you? If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Basically, Amber Heard's going to be repeating patterns, as narcissists tend to do. They claim they're not, but they totally are. Every narcissist does the same pattern work. Most narcissists are totally by the book. I mean, Amber, stop, girl. If getting in relationships isn't the best ordeal for you because you're not mentally well for that, you're not mentally fit for partnership right now, go get some help. Go get that brain trained, make those better choices. That is going to be what's best for you right now. Stop repeating your patterns, take one item out of the equation and fix it, and then start working on the rest. All right. To change a habit, all you got to do is change one small little thing, sweetie. So yeah, she needs to make better choices. All right. And she's going to be claiming that she's making better choices, that she's revamping herself. I mean, this could totally be advice to her, but what I'm seeing is like her next real big power play is She needs to listen to people that know more than her. But do narcissists do that? Not really. They claim they are, they'll do the work, but then behind the scenes they're very conniving and scheming. So that's what I'm seeing from her. Is she right here? What this altogether makes me feel like she's going to do some type of advocacy work, for abused women. Because let's face it, there are some women that claimed they related to her in some way. I mean, there was a point in her case where I was like, I mean, it could possibly be true. But then, as things developed more, I completely knew that she was bogus. And I mean, it didn't take long for a lot of people to really flop over to the Johnny Depp side of things. And you know what, Amber, you really just need to focus on you. You need to focus on you. Stop trying to make a statement for everybody and putting this cloak of I'm representing abused women and things like that and representing freedom of speech and all that. No, you're not. Okay. You're representing a lie that you cultivated and you germinated and you tried to grow and you tried to fabricate this, you tried to create this facade and it didn't work for you. So you guys, Amber Heard. I digress. But this was a really fun reading, guys, and hope you guys had fun watching it. Granted, this is just for entertainment purposes. Come on, you guys. I'm not trying to sit out there and say that I know everything. I mean, stuff made some sense. That's all I gotta say. But if you totally like this, please leave a comment down below. I might do more readings like this in the future. If that's something you guys are interested in, I'll definitely look into it. Maybe we'll nominate some people or some stuff and try to see if we can come up with some new afterburns. When bad stuff happens, what's the afterburn, right? We're always curious. We want that tea, right? And this may very well represent that component of the tea in my channel. But with that being said, please hit the subscription button. Please hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're enjoying me, if you're enjoying the content. What would you like to see on my channel even more so? I want to hear from you guys. But with all that being said, I totally loved this reading. I totally love all of you. Thank you for watching. And I will definitely be seeing you guys next time. Take care.
A mega pint.